Hakadosh Boker Tov. We're continuing with Halachot, and here it's brought down that the Shabbat before Chag Shavuot, some people they call it Shabbat Kallah, and this is like a Kallah that's going to the wedding, to the chuppah, and the rabbi comes and he gives dirashot to the people, whether it's going to be on the importance of learning the Torah and in sending our children to the Jewish and religious schools. Now, there's another name also for the Shabbat, which is Shabbat Derech Eretz. Why? Because we say Derech Eretz Kallah Torah, and therefore, if right now this is when we're going to receive the Torah on Shavuot, so the Shabbat before is also called Shabbat Derech Eretz. So you have two names for this Chag. Now, what happens is that, as we already mentioned in the past, that you're supposed to do a regular Seudat Shelishit, but you should eat before the Sha'ah Sidit. So therefore, we're going to do a Mincha at 2 o'clock p.m. on Shabbat, and then you're able to go home and to do Seudat Shelishit before 4:48. If you were not able to do that, so then you should eat before 4:48. If not, then you could eat a little bit later, but you have to have a very light meal. And then you're going to do the later Mincha. There's going to be the Mincha and Arvit. Now the Mishnah Berurah brings down, there's a Shita, that since you need Temimot Tiena, complete 7 weeks, so therefore you should only say Arvit after Tzeta Kochavim. Rav Ovadia Yosef brings down many different Rishonim and other proofs, so we do not need to say the Arvit later on. We could say the Arvit beforehand, and therefore that's what we're doing. We're doing Arvit immediately after Tzeta Kochavim. So at 8:10, which Tzeta Kochavim is at 8:08, we are going to be doing Arvit. However, though, one should try Lechatechila to say the Kiddush after nighttime. So that's why we wrote down in the bulletin that after 8:49 will be the Kiddush of Shavuot, right? Just like we know about the night of Pesach, the same thing. So we're praying before nightfall, but the Kiddush will be done after nightfall. That is going to be on the night of Shavuot. Now, another interesting halakha is that a person should actually have a light meal. Now, why? Because since it doesn't want him to bother, right, that it's going to be that throughout the entire night he's going to be awake, and that we'll speak about the Minhag tomorrow, B'ezrat Hashem. So therefore, in order not to bother him that he's going to start being very sleepy, because the more a person eats, so it's going to make him feel heavy, and then he's going to want to go to sleep. So therefore, a person should eat actually very lightly. If you remember, we did bring down the different Minhagim of eating milk on Shavuot. Some people actually have the Minhag of eating milk on the night of Shavuot. Anyway, afterwards they're able to have coffee then the entire night. They're able to enjoy it. It's usually lighter meal when it's going to be milky than meaty. But again, each one depends on their minhag, because which one is better, whether it's to have the meaty meal during the day, during the nighttime, or having the milky meal, whenever it is that you're having. But whichever minhag that you have, you're able to continue it, because again, you have what to rely on, and therefore either way, you should have a light meal in order that it shouldn't bother you throughout the entire night of learning of the Torah, B'ezrat Hashem.